looking at the impact of the changes to the working holiday visa that's just been brought in by the Australian government that are going to be kicking in from the 1st of January 2017. Recruitment's always been a key vehicle to overseas candidates coming from abroad over on a working holiday visa to then get sponsored by their employer on a 4-year 457 business sponsorship visa in order to stay in the country longer term. A large contingent of the recruitment industry here are candidates from abroad, and so therefore the changes that have been brought in are going to have significant impact on the industry. So let's look at what the changes are and how they will be impacting the recruitment game. The first change that they've made is that they've changed the age for qualification in the program. They've actually increased that from 30 to 35, which is fantastic because it is going to open up opportunity to more experienced candidates. The other major change is that up until this point, candidates have only been able to work for the company for a period of 6 months and having to move on. Candidates will now be able to work for the company for a full 12 months as long as that second 6 months is within a different location. So the employer will have to have offices across multiple locations. So what benefit does this have to both client and candidate? It will give us better opportunity to train, onboard, get candidates up and running in that role, give candidates more exposure to different locations and opportunities across the business, and make sure that that fit is right before committing to sponsorship. For the candidate, similarly, gives you more time to get up and running in that role. It also gives you the opportunity to change up location in Australia before settling, decide that it's the right fit and commit to sponsorship from there. So it's a good change. The government's also decreased the cost of the application. So they've reduced the price of the application, of the visa application, from $440 to $390, $50 cheaper, just to make it more accessible to a greater pool of candidates and essentially be driving more tourism to Australia. The other major change is the departure tax. So at the moment, as a working holiday visa holder, if and when you decide to leave Australia, you currently pay 30% on your superannuation when you leave. And that tax is actually going to hike to 95%. So essentially what that means as a working holiday maker is that if you choose to leave Australia, you either have the option of leaving that super in a fund here with the intention of possibly returning again in the future, or you will have to give up 95% of that. Government's motivation behind that is the idea of superannuation, which makes up about 9.5% of your annual earnings, is here to support Australians retiring and want to leave that investment within the country. So if you are a recruiter abroad and you've been thinking about coming over to Australia to start a career here, get sponsored and stay longer term, there's actually never been a better time. The market is booming and the visa laws have broadened. At the recruitment company, we do plenty of hiring from abroad. I have just had 3 candidates start, all from the UK. And to date, we've got a track record of 100% hit rate with sponsorship. So it's something we do a fair bit of. And if you're interested in looking at what opportunities we have on the go, drop me a line.